Good afternoon, everyone. We will be starting in 5 minutes. Let's give some time for others to show up. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the TCIC Summer Edition April 2020. I am Rupa, your host and host for the afternoon. A few housekeeping items before we begin. All participants are in a listen only mode. So even if I unmute everyone by mistake, do place yourself on mute, right? Do type your questions in the chat box. Depending on availability of time, selected questions will be put across to our panelists. For any problems during the event, reach out to us via email at hellotcic@gmail.com. Lastly, we are dealing with technology and electricity. So should Brother Murphy choose to visit us, I request you all to be calm and patient and just hang in the room. Do not leave the conference. If there is any need for further communication, you will receive the same via email. Some have been asking if there is a break. There is no planned break, but the session is being recorded and everyone registered will receive a recording. Okay, so with that, we start our TCIC Summer Edition April 2020. TCIC, or the Complete Investing Conclave, is a platform where stock market experts come together to share their valuable market insights. The proceeds from the event are towards socio-economic upliftment of the underprivileged section of society. The first edition was conducted in November 2019 in Bangalore, where fundamental and technical analysts shared the same stage. The proceeds then were towards Mission 2020, a drive to touch more than 50,000 underprivileged households to enable them to become socio-economically independent. Today, TCIC Summer Edition April 2020, sponsored by Vested Finance, is towards the Corona Se Karuna initiative of Srimad Rajchandra Atma Tattva Research Center. Our panelists for the day are Kunal Rambia, Viram Shah, NS Videy, and Amit Gulecha. Once again, I welcome you all. We begin our session with our first speaker, who is Kunal Rambia. It's his second appearance at TCIC, and most importantly, to a certain degree, today's event was his brainchild. At TCIC, we have stopped counting him as a guest, and he's very much part of the organizing team. For some of you who don't know Kunal professionally well, it would be fair to say that he's amongst the rising stars of technical analyst community today. He regularly presents his stock ideas at business channels like Bloomberg Quint and CNBC TV 18. Kunal is the founder and fund manager at The Streets, the fund management company based in Mumbai. Today, he is going to take us back in history to share major historical events and their impact on stock markets in India and around the world. He will also share what he thinks will be the sector that looks well positioned for the next bull run. Kunal, over to you.
Yeah. Am I audible to everyone, guys? If there's any
Yes, you
trouble
are.
on the audio, yeah, perfectly
No,
perfect.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your wonderful introduction. And I guess everyone can see my entire screen now.
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So, very good afternoon to one and all present here. So, first of all, let me thank everyone who took out the time from their busy schedule and come across and you step forward to help the needy section of the society by donating whatever possible from your side. So, this entire idea came in mind when we are facing this uncontrollable kind of situation right now, sitting at home and probably safe as of now, but when it comes to those poor section of the society who are in need of a help, I think I found this to be one of the good ideas where we can contribute for the betterment of these people. Keeping this in mind, when I approached these guys, the entire TCIC community immediately responded, and this entire event was organized. Thank you so much for that, and I'm really glad that I'm being part of this entire event today. So, just to begin with the session, uh, before these guys who heard me during the Bangalore session, I had wear the same tie, and that was gifted by my wife to me, saying that it would be easier for me to look at in the entire crowd, and so there was a reason for me to wear the tie at that time with this red color on it specifically. And now when it comes to today, it's been forced by the markets to wear this particular color again. Coming to our presentation, the name of the presentation is Opportunity 6.0. So now what is 6.0? You'll come to know about it very soon. Uh, the main idea is to survive through this crisis and getting ready like cheetah. Again, why cheetah is only because that is the animal which always runs faster, but wait for the perfect opportunity to come. So let's move on to the presentation topic now. What this presentation will flow in this particular order, where it is first point is what happened in past 2 years, how we survived last 2 years, what happened in the history, because at the end the technical analysis is based on what happened in the past is expected to happen somewhere in future again. So we need to take a deep dive into the history and check out what happened in the past. What is happening presently? So where are we right now in the market, and where are we placed right now? And the last is what to expect going forward. So this is the entire flow of presentation. So let's begin with the first topic, and that is what happened in the past 2 years. 2018, we saw unprecedented pain. Reason being, every day was a new day, and every day was full of pain. It began right from the budget 2018, where we saw LTCG being introduced and many other measures were taken, but market turned out to be a bit nervous because of that, and that was the beginning of the problem. The second was PNB fiasco. Nirav Modi, or you take an example of a Choksi family or whatsoever. PNB was taken you know, it was a mess for PNB, and obviously that market took it very negatively, and the scam turned out to be almost 11,400 to 500 crores. The numbers may be even higher than this. Then we saw cryptocurrencies crash. The Bitcoin, which rallied significantly, came down decisively in 2018 itself. We saw US economy slow down on the number front first time after many years. That was in 2018 itself. Nevertheless, we saw Rocketman came coming in picture every morning. We got up and we realized that ballistic missile has been fired. And unfortunately, from the research community, I personally turned on to understanding what is the defense mechanism across the world. For going forward, we saw US-China trade war that got escalated till 2019, and Britain drama came in between. When we talk about the Indian market crisis, the first was IL&FS crisis. There was a tug of war. There was a tussle between the government and the RBI where Urjit Patel went off, and then we had Shaktikanta Das being appointed. That turned out to be still manageable up to some extent, but United States, every stunt was played well in 2018 and 19. We saw domestic cooperative bank, reaching badly to the local consumers, and that spoiling the sentiments everywhere. Nevertheless, we saw Yes Bank also turning out to be from the gem to the dust. Many problems we saw in entire 2018 and 19. So what market did in those years is very important to understand first before we move further. And what we saw was Ritik effect in place. Everywhere the portfolios started bleeding right from 2018. The mid caps were in crash, the small caps came down, every stock was coming down, but Nifty was taken care of, and that was only because of these six stocks which turned out to be famous in the market. I try to highlight this using the charts. Now, guys, pay attention on this candlestick pattern, which is the Nifty pattern, right from 2018 till 2020. We had seen some kind of rally and a fall again a rally, again a fall, but somehow the indices were taken care of. But when it comes to this line chart, this is the mid cap stock, which significantly came down right from 2018 beginning till 2019. Some kind of respite was seen near to the 2020 beginning, and that we called it as pre-budget rally, where some kind of hope was available. But again, the entire world was hit by this particular pandemic, and there was coronavirus. And definitely, what we saw right now, when we face this invisible enemy, was a massive decline. And look at this magnitude of fall. Right from the top of 12,400, Nifty came down to make the bottom near to 7,600. I would again take my words back, whether it's the bottom or not. We'll see that in the presentation. But look at the massive fall. And yes, now the main topic is what to expect. But before we move on to what to expect, I would focus first on what happened in the history. So, we have Indian market history right from 1990s. From there, we saw massive declines in the past, and those calling them as crisis. I have labeled these five crises here. That's 1992 crisis, we have 2000 crisis, we had 2008 crisis. Market somehow survived 2009 to 13 crisis. I would call that phase as crisis, reason being the price and the time correction is also massive. And 2015, that Modi price, post Modi election era. So these are the five events which comes in our mind when it comes to Indian market history. So I'm trying to diving into the individual crisis and check out how the markets behave. Now, guys, from here on, the presentation goes a little serious. I want you all guys to focus on every factor here. I have tried classifying every event based on the how the rally of the crisis before the crisis was, how the market went up, then the size of the correction right from the top to the bottom, where the bottom was formed, the magnitude of size in that case. The third is a retracement of the previous rally based on the Fibonacci ratios. Obviously, Fibonacci ratios may not be known to many of you, assuming not being a technical background, but these are the percentages compared to the last rally by which the market comes down. All right. And the fourth is the time taken by the rally and the time taken during the correction phase. And the last and the most important factor where we all are interested in knowing is how the bottom was formed. Now, this particular point will help us to understand what to expect going forward. And that's the reason we are going through all the past crises. So here is the opportunity 1.0, that's 1992. I guess before moving further for the presentation, now you would realize why am I calling this as opportunity 6.0 for my presentation. So 1992, we saw fiscal imbalance and Narasimha Rao, and definitely we had the stalwarts of Indian markets coming further and taking reformative actions on LPG front. But coming to the prices, we are interested in knowing how the markets behaved at this point of time. Right from the bottom of 1991 till the top of 1992, markets took 14 bars. This 14 bars means 14 months to reach to that level where the index rallied from almost 305 to 1285. That's staggering 400% returns in a year. Right from that top, we saw a decline, a small bounce in between, again a decline, again a bounce and a decline, but this correction from the top was 53%. And look at the time taken by the market. It was almost 12 months. Market took from the top to come down to the bottom, and the correction was staggering 50% correction. Now focusing on few things. The first is a fall, then a reversal in between, which we call in technical terms as pullback, and again a continuation of the correction, again a pullback, and the bottom was formed. So look at the time taken in the rally, time taken in the correction, and the correction right from the top to bottom, the temporary bottom which was then formed, where the market came down by 53%. Now, checking into how the bottom was formed, I moved on to weekly charts to highlight this particular slide. Now, focus on the slide right from the top and bottom. The, if I connect the tops and the bottoms, the formation which is coming on a chart on the screen is called as a falling wedge formation. Now, the peculiarity of this entire formation is that the magnitude of fall reduces. You can see this particular wave right from the bottom to the top, and the same from here to here. It's flattening a bit, which forms this as the rising wedge formation. And here was the first breakout sign. And then we had definitely higher top, higher bottom formation, and the markets recovered. So the first bottom was formed in 92, where we saw falling wedge correction getting over and markets making the bottom. All right, moving ahead with the presentation, opportunity 2.0. Now, this 2.0 certainly came during 2000 IT bubble, that dot-com bubble, and we saw again markets coming down in a big way. Although Indian markets you may not find that attractive, reason being right from 96 to 98 was a time correction. From 98, index went up from 800 to 1800. There was around 100% rally, but the correction was even more severe compared to the past correction of 1992, where the market also came down by 53% in number terms. But if you look at the retracement was almost 88.6%. Okay, and look at the way it behaved after that correction. There was a symmetrical triangle formation, and we saw a breakout of this when the high of the previous swing was taken out, and decisively then markets reversed from the bottom. Now that here we need to understand again, the rally took 15 bars, but the correction was of 18 bars. 18 bars is almost 1.5 years. The market made lower top, lower bottom, and slowly, steadily came down, made a bottom near to 88.6%. Consolidation, which was labeled as the symmetrical triangle formation, and the breakout happened in the market record from that level. Guys, hold on your breath, because I'm just trying to go through all the crises and then come to how are we placed right now. Okay, the beautiful phase of Indian economy, where 2003 to 8 we had honeymoon phase. Why I would call this as honeymoon phase is because that's the phase where no problem comes in our life and everything goes very smooth. So right from 2003 bottom, where we saw the breakout, look at the fall magnitude. Now, guys, honestly, this note I want your attention to on this particular slide. Here was a staggering 36% correction from the top. Markets immediately recovered, made a new high. There was a 13% correction right in 2015, but markets again recovered and made a new high. There was a 13% correction again by the end of 2016, but markets recovered and made a new high. Right from the top of July 2006, markets came down by 31%, but markets made a new high. Again 16% correction, and markets finally reached 2000. So that's from 780 or 1000 points, markets went all up to 6000 points. Now that's a big correction, a big reversal, which we never saw, at least in the recent past. But 2003 to 8, understand one thing, that the corrections were very easily taken out because the market was clearly in uptrend and it was making a clear higher top, higher bottom formation. Every fall was higher than the previous bottom, and in fact, even it was higher than the previous high of the market itself. That was the beauty of 2003 to 2008. So now, undoubtedly, that continues. But now, opportunity 3.0. I'm sorry, I'm calling this entire crisis as opportunity. Reason being, if we can identify where this correction is halting, we can come into the market with a gung ho kind of buying, and that can give us, that can help us to plan our retirement. Coming to 2008, there was Lehman Brothers crisis, and we saw financial crisis. Great crisis of 2008 started from US and went up through across the world. Coming to the crisis, right from the bottom of 2003 to 2008, there was a massive fall, again a small pullback, again a fall, a pullback again, and then finally a bottom. But staggering 65% correction right from the top, market came down and made a bottom near to 2,285 points. Now, this entire correction is a 75% retracement of the last rally. So, you can understand the magnitude of fall again. Right now, we are down by around 40%. Still, we are blessed. Look at the time taken by the markets in that entire rally. It was 56 bars, so 56 months market took to reach from the bottom till the top, and the correction was in 9 months. Again, there was a painful correction. Somehow I could survive. Yeah, and then again, market made a bottom somewhere near to the bottom of 2008. But now let's focus and see how the bottom was formed. So for to understand how the bottom was formed, I'm moving on to weekly chart. Look at the correction. The correction actually ended somewhere by the end of September or October, but there was a kind of falling. You can again label this as a falling wedge or descending triangle formation or whatsoever. But there was a consolidation phase. Multiple times the bottoms were tested, and there was a breakout in this particular candle. I hope you all are able to see my screen perfectly. And here is the breakout, and then yes, the markets recovered. People are of the view that markets recovered with a V shape, which is seen on the monthly chart. But if I move on to weekly, there was a consolidation phase of couple of months, and then markets recovered. All right, let's move ahead and see opportunity 4.0. That was 2009 to 2013. Now, right, the fall was of 67% in 2008, and the reversal, which gave people 3 times money in less than a year. Obviously, there is going to be some kind of time correction, and that time correction was 2009 2013 lackluster market, where we saw the top being formed in 2008, coming down to 2009 bottom, and reversal again back in 2011, and then entire sideways consolidation. But from this top to bottom, markets came down by 30 odd percent, 28.5% to be precise. The correction was 50% retracement of the previous rally. If you can check out the bottom to the top, it was a one-sided rally, but in fall there were falls up move, which we call it as pullback, and markets yes continued on the lower side again, and it recovered and made a new high. But look at the time correction factor. Markets took 20 months to come back from the bottom to the top, 12 months of fall, and again 20 months to come back to the previous top. So this entire phase was huge painful. That was painful. At least I was presently active in market and actively participating at that point of time. So I realized this was a massive pain, and I'm sure many of you must have realized this pain. Okay, coming to opportunity 5.0. Yeah, obviously that's not the pain. The rally which we saw in 2014, post 2014, we saw post Modi elections, markets coming down and making a bottom near to 6,685 to 7,000 zone. To be precise, the bottom was 6,825. The rally was right from 5,000, market went up to 9,000 in just 18 bars, that's 18 months, and correction was of 10 months. The fiasco happened, and we had Brexit problems, many other problems. But let's focus on how the market came down. There was a bottom, a sideways consolidation of 3 to 4 months, again a fall, again a consolidation, and the bottom was formed. Now here we can see there was a V-shaped kind of recovery, but let's understand by going to a lower time frame whether it was a V-shape. Certainly it was a V-shape, but there was a falling wedge formation again. So history is getting repeated in terms of formation. Here was a V-shaped recovery again, but there was a breakout, and then yes, higher top, higher bottom continued, and markets recovered. There was a fall again, but let's focus on this extreme right corner of this slide. On daily chart, there was a clear double bottom formation on the daily chart. Why am I moving on to daily chart is because that correction was seen on the weekly chart, just to make understand how much time is required for the market to make bottom and to probably continue with the new rally. There was the last leg or final leg of 2016, and again honeymoon phase of 16 to 18, which I did not highlight. Now, now coming back to our topic as to what is happening presently. So this all we discussed about was of the past. That was starting from 1990 till now. We saw all the crises. Now let's focus on how the markets are behaving right now and whether we can label this as opportunity 6.0. That's the main focus of all of us being here and understanding as to how do we look at the market. Right at the 2000, look at this, just focus on this 2020 crisis. Market took 47 bars, that's 47 months to rally from 6,800 to 12,000. So your money is almost doubled in last uh, 5 years. That's right from 2016 to 2020. Assuming you're holding only those Ritik counters and only index-based counters, but nevertheless, even if you're not holding and you're still thinking that you can remain long on the market is giving you that opportunity in just 2 months. The entire rally of 47 bars is taken out in just 2 bars. That's 2 months. Markets are down by 40% from the top. Right from 12,400, markets made a bottom somewhere near to 7,500 kind of zone. We saw circuits coming in market, extreme pessimism everywhere. Now we need to find out how the markets are placed on lower degree time frames, just to understand as to whether we call this bottom as a bottom itself. Keeping in mind what we saw in last 5 crises, whether we can call this as a bottom as of now. This is a weekly chart of Nifty. We saw staggering straight fall. What we are seeing right now is, as of now, a pullback in the market. Does that mean that the markets are done with the bottom? I would say it's too early to be calling it as a bottom. Let's move on to higher degree time frame again later and see. But it's just a one wave which took the market from 7,600 to 9,200, somewhere top of 9,200. Look at the daily chart of it. Nifty on Friday closed at 9,267. I have just tried to take the recent data as much as possible. And look at this entire formation, which is a rising wedge. The way we saw a falling wedge formation making the bottom, same is the case in technicals, which says rising wedge forms the top. So somewhere we are again making a intermediate top. The best part this time is the comparison between the US market and the Indian market. Look at the formation on daily charts. Guys, it's very short term, but I'm just sort of highlighting the same so that we come to know whether we are decoupling from the rest of the world or it's gonna be a problem across the world, and can we expect some more downside if at all something goes wrong. So yes, here is the rising wedge formation. Now pay attention on this formation. We have an uptick, a degree, small degree lower. Again, we have a higher top, higher bottom, higher top. It's an uptrend, but the rising wedge, and the same formation is seen on the Nifty chart also. Okay, now let's come to macro view on the Nifty chart again. We are interested in knowing whether the long-term trend remains intact and can we start buying right from this bottom. So this is the chart which sums up everything. It says that right from the bottom of 1990, from where the Nifty history is available, if we make a massive trend line, that trend line is based on the first bottom of 1991 and the second bottom of 2003. We are far away from that trend line. So that massive trend is definitely intact. What does that mean is that remains intact. Coming to 2008 bottom, we saw one more trend line in place, which was taken out decisively this time, first time in last 12 years. So 12 years trend is reversed as of now. Coming to RSI. Now RSI, just to brief, RSI is an indicator which helps us to understand whether there is a strength in the market. That's a relative strength index, which says whether there is enough strength in the market and whether the pullback may just continue as a pullback itself or it's a reversal, right? So what I want you to focus on this is that right from 91 we have data, but Nifty never went below the extreme oversold zone of 35. Now why 35 is because multiple times in 2003 crisis or 2000 to 2003 phase, or you call it as 2008-9 bottom, markets never went below this zone of 35. It's the first time that index has gone below 35. So that shows that the strength is almost lost in market. That may be due to the magnitude of fall with the time taken by the fall. And come to this last indicator, which is DMI indicator. Now that's very advanced indicator, but to explain in brief, there are three lines in it: the green line, the red line, and the black line. Green and red shows the trend which is in the market. The dominating line will show that particular trend in market, and the black line will highlight the strength of that particular trend in market, right? So if I come to this particular phase of 97 till 2008, you can see most of the times the green line was dominating. That says that there was a strength in the uptrend, right? And the black line was also near to be high, which says that yes, that the trend is intact. There was a try in between, that's in 2008, where the red dominating line was trying to turn higher, but the worst part again turned out to be that it could not bridge the previous high of the green dominating DMI line. All right, and again it came down and we saw markets reversing again. But now coming to the phase that something which has happened first time in the entire history of Indian market, that the DMI indicator, which is the dominating bearish DMI indicator, has crossed all previous highs and made a new fresh high. If this particular trend continues, then this can be severe going forward. Let's see how the charts are showing, but that's what is the interpretation looking at this trend. So the interpretation is 2008 to 2020 trend is taken out, but definitely 91 to 2003 trend line trend still remains intact. Now guys, now coming to what to expect. Finally, we saw the correction in the market. We saw what's happening right now. Now coming to some kind of forecasting part or to what to expect. Here there are multiple things to watch out for. The first is this particular chart which just we saw right from 91 till now the trend is intact. But now guys, there is small twist in this which says if I make a bottom from 2012, there was a new trend which was in place, but again that was also taken down this in this particular fall. And the last is this particular trend line. Guys, we need at least 2 points to make a trend line. So if I come to the first one, I took the bottom of 2009 and I took the bottom of 2016 to make this particular trend line, which the market was respecting. Then I opted for the bottom of 2012, 2014, 2016 and made a trend line. Market was respecting that also. But now I'm just moving on to 2 points of 2012 and 2014. Surprisingly, the recently made bottom has taken the support of this particular trend line itself. But massive two trends are definitely taken out. So does that mean that we are done with the bottom? If at all the market is to see, markets are at the end supreme, we need to keep one thing in mind, that if markets were to make the bottom at this level itself, there has to be some kind of formation the way we saw in the past. So either something like double bottom, or we can have a higher bottom or something. Some formation has to happen, not at least on the monthly chart, then on the weekly chart, something has to happen. So coming to all the trend lines, we have seen two trend lines taken out. Third trend line support is taken for time being. It's too early to be calling this as a bottom. But yes, for time being, the support is taken. But so by any chance, if market breaks this bottom, we may see markets coming and testing this particular bottom, which is the trend line of 1990 to 2003. What if market comes to 5,500 or 6,000 levels, which we are not ready to hear as of now? If that happens, then yes, that can be a golden opportunity again, based on the massive trend which we saw in Indian markets in last 30 years. But to be calling that as the bottom, now let's focus on which kind of conditions we need to see, at least on monthly charts. Coming to 1991, the first opportunity 1.0, there was a falling wedge formation and there was a breakout. So we need falling wedge formation, or we need similar bottoms the way we saw in 2000, before 2000 crisis, that similar bottoms, multiple bottoms, the previous bottom, massive bottom is not taken out, we can call this as the bottom, provided there is a formation on the weekly chart and a breakout, or something like this where we had symmetrical triangle, or something like honeymoon phase of Indian market from 2003 to 8 where we had higher top higher bottom formation, or something like 2008 where there was a double bottom consolidation formation, or 2012-13 where again there was similar bottom formation, or 2016 where there was a double bottom formation. So guys, any technical guy can just come to me and say, we did not understand technicals, so how do we look at the market in that case? That is very simple. If markets are to make the bottom, markets will always give one more chance to enter again. Now that can be near to 7,400 itself if markets were to make the bottom near that, or say coming to 8,000 and rallying again to make a higher bottom, or coming into consolidation phase, the way we are seeing here, or in the past, second opportunity, third opportunity, or fourth opportunity. There were multiple bottoms which were formed near to that zone, which gives us a confidence that yes, markets are not willing to go below 7,400, 500, and that's the time we enter the market where we have high conviction, right? So these are the things to watch out for on monthly chart before we call this as the bottom. So coming to present situation, are we done with the bottom? So no, we saw first decline. Certainly there is a bounce, but whether this bounce sustains or market comes to make the bottom, we need to be alert. The second point is we need to be alert near to 7,800 to 8,000 mark again and witness whether the monthly closing is again going below that zone. If at all it falls below that zone, I will not put in the money. I'll wait for the better opportunity to come again. But any chance market remains in that zone for a couple of months and reverses, I'll be the buyer looking at the formations again, or at least 7,400 bottom is tested 2-3 times and a bounce comes in, then definitely I'll go and buy the same thing. Sectorial watch, guys. As of now, assuming the bottom is in place and the consolidation comes in picture, how do we select the sector? So these are the 4 points where I'm focusing on. The first is a decent trend should be available. We should be having some kind of formation, or say at least a trend line support of a multi-year trend line support, or there has to be a possibility of bottom formation near to the zone. One needs to keep definitely risk reward ratio in mind. So 2018 where the market gave a breakout. When the breakout comes on the near to the top, the risk reward is unfavorable. But when we are near to the support, the risk reward ratio is favorable. So I'm talking about risk reward ratio being favorable. So I'm looking out for the sectors which are near to the support zone. And definition, these bets which we are going to discuss are from educational perspective. We should not forget that. But yes, that's going to be a positional bet for us. So let's look at first Bank Nifty. Now that's the darling of market being weekly expiry, but here we are talking about again the investment bet. So the bottom, which was in 2001, where the index was introduced somewhere in the beginning of 2000 era, there was a decisive trend, but that trend was taken down. Now look at the bottom which is formed. This trend line of 2013 and 2015, the same bottom is being made by Bank Nifty right now. Does that call for a bottom? Again, coming to that point, not really. Reason being, it may get converted into a head and shoulder formation to break this further. And second, most important thing is whenever there is a trend line support, one needs to remember there is a demand over the supply, because of which there is a spurt in the market. Value investors may just turn up, or the institutions may just turn up to reap the advantage of falling prices or to take care of the sentiment. We may see a bounce. Unless the bottom formation comes into picture, I would not really buy. So keep that always in the back of the mind. And certainly we had one more trend line, which was right from the 2011-12 bottom, connecting the bottom of 2013, which is also coming near to this particular zone itself. So if at all markets take multiple bottoms near this zone, this sector can be seen as a buying opportunity sector. Now, which stocks to watch out for, guys? It would be too early. You guys can understand that because it's a monthly chart. Number one. Number two is the sector. We need to move ahead and check out which are the quality stocks probably and which stocks remain in the trend. And whichever the stock which participates in the reversal first will be taken first as a position bet. Coming to second, I scanned across mid caps and small cap indices, but I found one indices to be very promising at this level, which is Nifty 500. Now look at this entire formation, 2008 top to 2008 bottom. There is a parallel channel formation, and Nifty, the index has taken the support in this particular zone itself. So again, to be calling this as bottom, if the consolidation happens near this zone, we need to go and buy the same. Nifty Energy. So again, right from 2000 till now, there was a massive trend line. Index was trading somewhere in the zone of 17,000, but fortunate we are that it came down to 10,000, probably to give us a buying opportunity. Again, if there is kind of formation like 2015, double bottom or multiple bottom like 2011 to 2013, that sector can be looked into from buying perspective. Coming to infra, although it's just gonna be a consolidation phase play, but yes, one needs to look at this particular chart also. 2011 bottom, again same bottom, and we saw a reversal. The beauty of this chart is that first bottom was formed in 2008 bottom, then there was the second touch point, third touch point on the lower side, which was 2014, fourth touch point on the higher side, that's 2018, and fifth touch point, which is at the bottom of 2020. So after this massive reversal, this is entire time correction. So whenever this time correction is over, I think we'll see a significant bounce in this sector. And yes, that is the aim of the government, not coming into fundamentals as of now. But yes, keeping in mind the promises given by the ruling party, I think this sector cannot be neglected. And do we have technical support? Yes, we do have as of now, where the risk reward is favorable and the positional bet will go once the breakout happens on the higher side out of that consolidation phase. Okay, coming to metal. So, what we have witnessed is multiple bottoms right from 14 till now. It's exactly the fifth touch point again. The way we saw in the previous chart, here is the first bottom, the second 2014 top, 15 top, 16 bottom. We had 18 as the top and a massive fall. And this formation is the expanding wedge on the monthly chart. Can we say it's a favorable bet from longer term perspective? I think looking at the chart, it seems to be. But yes, as the rule says, we need to wait for the formation at least on the weekly chart and then move ahead and buy and take this position for years. The last is realty sector from the index perspective. Obviously, there is a curve formation. The pain of the curve formation is we never know to what extent the thrust on the higher side will continue. But whenever the fall begins, definitely we are shaken out because that's a massive fall which emerges all the time. But the beauty is that the curve trend line is always taken care of, and that's what we are witnessing again on the chart. It's gonna be scary to buy this sector as of now, but the risk reward ratio seems positive on the price front. Darling of the market right now, and that's Nifty Pharma. The beauty of this chart is right from the bottom of 2008 till 2016, this sector got multiple, Sun Pharma, if I remember, from 200 to almost 1200, 1198, a staggering return in 5 years' time. And since then, we saw many problems coming in. US FDA trouble came in, and whatever said and done, the index came down decisively. Now, if I look at the Fibonacci ratio, this Fibonacci ratio is 61.8%, which is called as a golden ratio. And exactly the bottom is formed there itself. But okay, before we move on to the formation, let's move on to RSI and see the RSI. Right from 2014, it was falling, but since 2018, beginning of 18, it's in consolidation phase, making multiple supports, and a spot has come on the higher side. That confirms that there is a strength in the counter. There is a strength in the entire sector, not the counter. But coming to the weekly chart of this, what I'm witnessing is still the prices are in that particular consolidation zone itself. So if someone bought Sun Pharma last year, still the same prices are available in the same zone itself. So I'm still waiting. I would say, I would wait for some kind of formation before I enter the market. So what am I watching out for? So there has to be some kind of higher top, higher bottom formation. Reason being, this entire rally is a straight linear rally. Market, what I have noticed is before entering the multi-year rally, just focus on 2012 to 2015 rally. There was a multiple higher top, higher bottom formation, and then we had a massive rally, and the rally continued. So we need to have multiple higher tops, higher bottoms to be calling this as a trend reversal post breakout, right? So I'll wait for this formation to happen somewhere in the zone of 8,000 to 9,000. Certainly, if the continuation of the breakout happens, I'll wait for the price to at least retest this trend line and then continue on the higher side. Okay, the counter argument can be, what if the prices just continue with the rocket like Kim, North Korean guy, and it just continues on the higher side. In that case, I need to move on to the lower degree charts, and that's not gonna be less than weekly, and try to find out formations. If they are on the comfort zone on the formation front, I may just think of buying. Otherwise, I, as the rule suggests, will not really jump into the counter and buy the sector as a positional bet. Okay, one more interesting interesting thing to watch out on the PSE front is time frame front. Okay, so right from 1995 till 2002, approximately 6 years, the index was falling. Right from 2002 to 2008, the index rallied significantly. So right from the bottom of around 300, index went up to 4,200, a crazy rally. Again, that turned out to be 6 years itself. From 2008 till now, what we are witnessing is this 12 years of consolidation phase. I'm purely speaking about price action. If you check out the top of 2008 and 2018, it's the same. If you check out the bottom of 2009 and recently made bottom again, it's almost the same. Now, coming to the formation front. So if at all market falls at this level, or even it falls, I'm focusing on the index from consolidation perspective. If there is any formation near to the same, I'm gonna find out the buying opportunities, keeping in mind one rule, which is risk reward ratio. And the day this index comes out of this consolidation on the higher side, it can be a positional play for a couple of years, keeping six, double of six, that's 12 years in mind. It can give us multi-year rally going forward. And what we know is the divestment story always being in place due to fiscal imbalance. This may turn out to be a different sector altogether, which is as of now on the hate list of market, but may turn out to be the smart investment bet for a couple of years, provided the formation happens and the breakout out of consolidation happens. Okay, guys, coming to two specific stocks, only being we don't have any sector index as such, but they are the leaders in the segment. Reliance is not really play for telecom, but yes, just look at the formation. Right from the bottom of 2000, it continued to rally up. So this particular trend line, which is shown in the blue line, is showing that particular trend, right? Market took almost 107 bars to make the top of 2008, but the pain of the investor was not there halting. From 2008 till 2018, that's almost 10 years, 114 bars, the price was in consolidation. Markets made a new high post Modi election, but Reliance was not really participating. And what we saw in 2018 is a breakout coming in, and the stock almost doubled in just 2 years' time. And out of Ritik stock, this was one of them. What we are seeing right now is a fall. It has probably come to retest this breakout zone, which we in technical terms calling as retesting of the breakout, or probably role reversal of the resistance turning as a support. But it's too early to be calling this as a bottom. Again, we need to have some kind of formation here. Second thing, if at all this trend line, and why the counter really bounced from this zone is because 850, there we had two benefits. The first was the previous multiple years top, and the second was the trend line support in this particular zone. Right? We need to have some kind of flexibility when we come to technicals. Reason being, there has to be some kind of, again, so exact level may not be achieved. The way I explained in my Bangalore presentation also, we need to look at the zone and the overall trend. We cannot exactly call one point itself as a support or bottom, support or resistance. So this particular zone was acting as a support. Yes, as of now it has acted as a support, but who knows whether the new bottom will be formed. If no, the consolidation, and if it reverses, I'll be the first buyer in this counter from positional perspective. And if at all it falls, I'll be highly active near to the zone of around 650 to 700 if at all it comes to, because the new trend which we saw from the bottom of 2008, the support zone is coming near to that zone. We need to wait for the further developments in this. Okay, and coming to one more interesting play, and that's Bharti Airtel. Now, what this interesting story is. So, right from the bottom of 2003 to 2008, that's approximately 6 years, the counter rallied crazily from almost 10 rupees. These are adjusted prices from 10 rupees to almost 500 rupees. That's around 4,900% return. And from 2009 till now, the stock is in consolidation. That's of 12 years of consolidation. Now, guys, pretty interesting thing to watch out here is that this chart is a log chart. We need to look at the log chart when we deal with a larger amount of data. The same stock I had presented during our Bangalore presentation also. But yes, it failed to give the breakout on the higher side. So the rule was very simple. Let the stock give a closing above this zone to be calling it as a breakout and we enter the counter. It has not given. And in this entire fall, it came down and it has reversed also. So I'm watching out for this particular zone. That's around 500 to 550 zone. Once it is taken out, this counter again can be in our portfolio for a couple of years. And we know how the entire industry is placed, whether there is a trouble or whether they'll have some kind of support from the government, that is to be seen. But the prices are revealing that the new rally for a couple of years may emerge. And definitely, I would not bet on Vodafone because there is no formation on the chart. Okay, coming to the few highlights from the Bangalore presentation. Reason being, there are few slides which are taken from there and which are really required in present time also. The first is trouble of adding stocks, psychological barrier. The way we saw, all the charts are monthly charts. So if I say the bottom has to be formed and then probably we'll go and enter the market, Nifty made a bottom of 7,500. From there, the new bottom is formed at 8,100. We may just jump onto the market and buy near to 9,000, but the psychological barrier is the market has already rallied a lot from the bottom. How do we go and buy now? Guys, understand that the massive rally emerges only after the trend is confirmed and the trend emerges. We cannot just go and buy on every decline. You can definitely do it if you follow some investor guru's theory, but you need to have enough capital for it. That's personal judgment again. But psychological barrier is the first thing which I have noticed in market for a couple of years. The second is the chaos around us is always the highest. Every day before going to market, we check out how many missiles were thrown by North Korea, how many missiles were fired by them, how the US reacted on the China statement during the war phase, or whether the coronavirus numbers are increasing or decreasing. Remember, this chaos has to be kept out when we deal with the numbers itself. And the last is fundamentals may be improving, but keep in mind, on early stage, price may show us something different. Reason being, market discounts everything. So, if the prices reflect something, we need to follow the price behavior first. I'm not doubting on the fact that fundamentals are, we should not be looking at the fundamentals, but definitely that can be a supportive factor. But the smart money is probably knowing about the development of fundamentals, and that's the reason prices are reflecting that event first. So these are the first three troubles we need to keep in mind. So, we need to overcome this. Now, the problem is, how do we overcome this trouble? The only way to overcome this trouble is keeping in mind this beautiful picture, which I again shared during the Bangalore presentation itself. I'm reducing my efforts of finding new picture. That says that Kyuki Saas Bhi Kabhi Bahu Thi is that if you capture the trend near to the bottom, you never know how many generations you're going to make out of it. So this may just continue for a couple of years to couple of decades. The guys who bought Asian Paints right in 95, 96, they must still be holding and minting money out of it. Or say, take an example of Pidilite. We don't know which counter is going to be set in our portfolio, but we need to remember, if there is a trend, we need to rally the trend, keeping in mind that that may give us multiple years of return and how many X's God knows in terms of returns. But coming on a serious note again, very important point to watch out is first, it's very important to remember that the big deal, that big money can be made only and only by holding the winning counters. Guys, trading is different altogether, but when it comes to investing, holding the counter can give us multiple returns. Even if we have made multiple mistakes in our life, it's all okay. If you ride one perfect rally, you can make killings out of it. Everything can be taken care of it. Riding the trend has never been easy. Reason being, we need to deal with, in a year, 365 days, out of which 220 trading days, WhatsApp, we have Twitter accounts, and thousands of Telegram channels. We have many places where we get every update. The next guy is making 30% in a month, and our portfolio is not going up in entire year. But remember, that's how the trend is. The trend can give you multiple returns. So keep this in mind. It's never easy, but that can only give us big money. Churning can be kept different, and the positional holding can be kept different. And never give up, guys. You may have seen some kind of falls in your life. You may have lost some money in your market. Yes, 2018 to 19 to 20 was not easy for me also, but I'm very sure about one thing, that the day new trend emerges, we calling this opportunity 6.0, probably can capture the trend and ride the next entire bull rally, right? Thank you so much, guys. So these are my contact details. So I run two companies. One is the Streets, and the second is the Kunal Nambiar's Financial Academy. We have recently started being little active on the social media. Only reason being, need to follow the knowledge, need to share the knowledge what we have got from the society. So these are my Twitter handle details. We have blogs, although it's not really updated. Reason being, we are turning active now again. This lockdown has taught us many things, obviously. And the next is YouTube channel, where I'll try to share some knowledgeable videos if possible from my side on a regular frequency. We have Facebook and Instagram accounts. You can search out Kunal Nambiar everywhere, and you'll probably get some kind of link. I'm just a WhatsApp or a mail away from you guys. Any doubts in future, you can stay connected with me. That's all from my side. I hope I have justified my entire topic of presentation. And now I hand it over back to Rupa. Over to you.
Yeah. Yes, Kunal, if you can just wait for us 2 minutes. If anybody has questions for Kunal, feel free to chat them up in the chat box. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes for the questions.
Certainly. I'll definitely be more than happy to help them.
Yes. And in the meanwhile, guys, if you have any audio or video problem, I would just request just log off and log back in. You will not miss anything. The session is being recorded and it will be sent to everybody. Okay, Kunal. So we do have a couple of questions. One is, a lot of people are comparing the current market fall to the 1929 in US, obviously Great Depression, we all know that. But in India, we don't have that kind of history. So what would your advice be for that?
So guys, what you guys are saying is very true. We saw 1929 as a Great Depression, and the market lasted is near to the bottom for a couple of years. There are many people who are comparing the present fall with 1987 crisis also. Again, we in Indian markets don't have the history, but what I found similar in every form of every correction was, after the correction, there was some kind of consolidation. So I'm just speaking as of now on technical terms, not giving any highlights on fundamentals. But yes, there was a consolidation phase and the trend emerged after that. As of now, yes, we are done with the top. That's very clearly visible. There is a fall. If at all you're able to short the market, whenever there is a reversal near to the top, again, keep a short on it. But remember, whenever the bottom will be formed, either will have similar bottom coming in place for a couple of sessions, couple of months, or there'll be a lower top, lower bottom formation, but the falling value is angle. That's what is similar, which I've found in last entire century. That's from 1929 to 1987 to 1992 till now. Every formation, every time the bottom was formed with some kind of formation which we have already discussed. So guys, don't worry about whether it's a similar formation, but yes, certainly as of now, it's too early to be calling this as the bottom. Keep that in mind and wait for the bottom formation. So, keep that cheetah approach in market, that whenever the bottom is formed, we are ready with our guns to fight on. Yes, please.
Yes, and so I think you answered one of the questions already, so I'll just scan through it. Okay, so one very interesting is, how do I find an uptrending sector?
Okay, so in that case, just a humble request to move on to Bangalore presentation, which is uploaded on YouTube itself, where I have explained few things, and that is that in case, as the Dow theory, Charles Dow propounds this theory well in past. So one of the rules of this theory says that to be calling that as a particular trend, there has to be a higher top, higher bottom formation as an uptrend. In case of downtrend, there has to be a lower top, lower bottom formation. If that sequential lower top, lower bottom formation is getting reversed with first higher top and higher bottom formation, that gives us the early indication that yes, we are done with the bottom. So that I think answers the question, saying that let this fall continue. If the similar bottom comes in mind, we get alert. If there is a higher top, higher bottom formation, we can say that the downtrend is now getting converted into uptrend.
Okay, and one last question before we let you go, Kunal. Do you give any importance to time factor as well? Since this time we have seen a very sharp fall. So can the rebound be faster and swift? We don't spend long time in consolidation.
So yeah, I agree to this point. The velocity of the fall is very important. So I would explain this with an example, saying that if you throw a ball right from the third floor to the ground floor, the bounce is gonna be little slow. But when you throw a ball from 18th floor, the fall is gonna be massive. At the same time, the reversal is gonna be even higher. So yes, what you're saying is very true. The fall, the magnitude of fall with the speed matters a lot. I'm not talking about the count in that term, but yes, the magnitude of fall is something which is very important, and that's why the present rally, which we saw right from 7,600 to 9,100, 200 levels, we are not calling that as a bottom. The reason being, it can just be a pullback and waiting for the dust to settle. So yes, the fall in terms of price was heavy. So on a likely term, again, it's on a likely term that the next time the market may show us some kind of consolidation. That's a time correction. There are two kinds of correction in the market. So there can be a time correction looking at the magnitude of fall. This pain may continue for 2-3 months, and if market wants to fall below that level, probably after 2-3 months we may see a further decline. Yes, so the time is important, but never focus on the number of counts in terms of how many bars were up and how many bars were down. There is a relative theory for it, but I think that's too early for us to discuss even about that. That's a part of New Age theory. There are many stalwarts in market who speak about it, but too early for us to discuss.
Okay, Kunal, thank you so much. Okay, just to the general audience, we will be, I know you guys have a lot of questions. What I'll try to do is get Kunal answer it separately in an email. But for the time moment, we thank Kunal for his contribution
Thank
and
you so much, Rita.
keep, you're welcome. And now we will
And
be ready to.
I hope to wear now green tie in the next presentation so that we all have a decent smile on our face while presenting something
Yeah,
great.
maybe that's a trend we need to watch out on. When does Kunal wear a green tie, right? So he's been wearing red tie for a very long time. We need to get him off
I
that.
need to request my wife to gift me that again so that I can wear the same. All right, over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you so much, Kunal.